Raceway in northeastern Victoria. You're seeing it live on Winton television, and this time we're going to give you some real action shots. We have the camera mounted on the back of Alan Hubbard's car off pole position looking backwards. You can see there the cars behind, and this is what it looks like the other way around as you take off, with Frank Solar on the outside of you going towards Auto Action Corner. Hubbard and Solar go to it, and Hubbard will come out of it in front. There you can see on the camera how close he actually got to Frank Solar as they go through Street's Corner.
And a good start there from Naboo as well. Tillett beat him away in the Commodore, but the Mazda got through at Street's Magnum Corner, and I think that Tillett's got a problem now because he is really holding the field up as he goes through the Ford credit sweeper for the first time. But there's our race leader, Tony Hubbard. Look right behind him, there's Solar and the Cortina still closing and trying to find a way through there at Penrite.
Now these guys raced earlier on today, and Solar did a good job too. He sat right on Hubbard for most of the way. They both got pretty equal power, and Naboo on that occasion ran into a few problems, but he still managed to run about third, and he also put up a good effort. So these three have singled out, got away from Alan Tillett, and as they go down Dunlop Straight, you can see behind there, this is going to be a fantastic race.
And good things now are starting to happen for the tyres on the big cars because it's starting to cloud over now, and the track temperature's fallen about 10 degrees in the last half an hour. So that will be helping the back end of Tony Hubbard's car in particular. But just look at him now on the new straight there, the 400 metre straight, and run up to turn number 8, and putting the power down extremely well. Still Solar in second place in the Fortuna, and he's trying to hang on there in the car number 44 of the
Yep, a great race indeed as they come down the straight. 550 metre run down for the Motorsport News S's now. And it's Tony Hubbard rather in front, Frank Solar in second spot, Bruce Naboo is in third, and then Alan Tillett well back in fourth spot. And these three really have broken away. But Hubbard in particular, in the straights, that's where he's able to get the ground on Frank Solar, the Cortina, and Hubbard roaring down to Auto Action Corner, Solar behind him, and in third spot there is Naboo.
And Solar is working very hard, having a sideways moment. Naboo is right on his hammer and looking for the inside run as they get onto the Yokohama straight, and look at the horsepower of the Cortina just carry him to safety.
Solar there, but Naboo going up on the outside of him as they go around. Ford credit sweeper, can he kick up and hold until they get to Penrite Corner? A little bit of a touch and bump, a little bit of a shunt. He's holding Solar out just enough. Can he do it though, Phil?
Well, I didn't think they'd get through the sweeper line abreast, and I really thought once they did that Naboo would find a way through. He's trying the outside run again on the way to Goodyear and had to slide and almost touched the Cortina, and that was a very good piece of driving, not only by Naboo not to touch Solar, but by Solar to leave him enough room and missing the apex himself to try and get out of trouble. And now Naboo has all to do again.
Now this is going to be the business end of it here. We know that Tony Hubbard is well clear, obviously he's well clear in front, but this is the real battle now for second and third between Frank Solar and Bruce Naboo. And you can see where they're through the bends, that's where they're going to close up the gap, and Naboo getting right up onto the hammer there of Solar, and the Solar and the Cortina, and Naboo and the Mazda. We'll see as they work out through those processes where can he try and nail him yet again.
Well, I'd suggest he's already got a pretty good game plan. This is the part of the circuit that really suits the Cortina, and he pulls out a lead of about 75 metres, but as they get to the Motorsport News S's up onto the Shell Straight and on the run to Auto Action turn, I think that Naboo will probably get most of that back. There's the slower car of McElroy staying out of the way, and here comes the Mazda on the march. And right up now on the tail of the Cortina, the next half lap is Mazda territory. But if he doesn't do it, Solar's going to get away again and try and go into the defensive mode.
Solar in the red vehicle. There he is on the right of your screen. The gold and red vehicle is Bruce Naboo. And this is the battle as they go around through Ford credit the sweeper and work their way up. There he is, similar tactics up on the outside of Solar to see whether he can get there and just get enough edge on him before they get to Penrite Corner. And this is going to be interesting, Phil, to see whether he can do it this time.
Well, I wonder if Solar's going to be able to have to sit out the outside there at Penrite. Oh, it's a nice piece of sliding there by Naboo. He just threw the car through the exit of the corner and made it stick. So he makes all the way to second place. Now can Solar come back? Now they're on the part of the circuit that suits the Cortina and not the Mazda.
Yep, there we go. That was the part that I suppose he really had a honeymoon with Bruce Naboo there. And Solar takes him as they go down towards Dunlop Corner. Can he get through or not? No, squeezed out yet again by Naboo. And this is going to be a real good battle for second and third.
Now Naboo can probably hold him on the run up to turn number 8. No, the horsepower comes into play. The Cortina fires past, but once he gets onto the next straight, that's going to be back to the part of the track that helps Naboo. And I think the Mazda is going to be attacking again before they get to Auto Action.
Now this is a real good battle. There's Solar in front, Naboo right on his hammer as they work down towards the Motorsport News S's yet again. Meanwhile, Hubbard is cleared right out. He is well clear, hundreds of metres in front. There's Solar coming down the Motorsport News S's now. Bruce Naboo is sitting right in his tail. Got to close up and try and work through there. And from now on, the next half circuit of the track is Mazda Country.
Now, the important thing for Naboo now is not to get flustered and not to do anything silly. Has a look on the outside there at auto action, but doesn't try the move around the outside, just trying to switch back to the inside for Street's angle the corner, and doesn't make it there either. But look at the cornering speed on the Mazda. He flies past, but the Cortina's got the horsepower and takes the line into the Ford Credit sweeper, and that's a nice piece of driving. Deboo trying to get around the outside once again. There's a curb here, which he hits backwards. I was going to say he doesn't want to hit that with his front wheels. The front wheels were nowhere near it. It was the back wheels that were the problem. And he got sideways, and that was all she wrote. But can he get back? Yes, the car isn't damaged. He gets first gear, okay. Gets back underway, but he just had to have the try and sit it out with Solar through the flip-flop, and he just gave it a little bit too much.
Yeah, 3 times in a row. He tried to do that same manoeuvre, work his way through there, and third time unlucky. But there's the leader, Tony Hubbard in the Holden Commodore, and for him this has been a terrific drive. He's got 550 metres of straight here and then down towards the Motorsport News S's. Checkered flag coming up for him as well. Been a great bit of driving for him. We've had the camera mounted in the back of the car. You can have a look out the back and see what's there. Basically daylight. A couple of lap cars behind him. But this guy really knows how to drive. Magnificently turned out vehicle, and he's got the rewards.
He certainly has as a checkered flag, and Tony Hubbard makes it 2 out of 2, and a great drive for him. And spare a thought from Bruce Deboo, who put on a great battle there for second and third places. But still waiting for our second place man to come into sight, Frank Solar in the Cortina, who's, well, you'd have to say, about a third of a lap behind, but a strong performance there from Tony Hubbard, and a well-deserved victory for him and his Commodore.
Been a great day's race.
Frank Solar lead off the front row of the over 2-litre sports sedans here at Winton Motor Raceway. Pillikers and Baldwin next.
And great to see a full grid of over 2-litre sports sedans, those big thumping V8s, the turbocharged 4 cylinders, a huge grid at Winton Motor Raceway, and very hot on the track, Gerald.
What a great way to start. We've got Deboo having problems. That's Bruce Deboo in the Mazda number 44, and another one of the cars going off there, Willie Van Versch. And what a way to start the year off.
It wasn't a good start there for Deboo, but it was a great one for Jolly. Look at him, points the big V8, lap 1 of 8. Pillikers trying to go with him there in the turbocharged Nissan.
Was
and
it
back
a
there to
Deboo-boo?
Frank Solar. That was a Deboo-boo, it certainly was. But no Deboo-boo from Jolly. He's mowing down the opposition out there in front of the orange Commodore. 600 horsepower in this car, and very difficult to drive around the tight twisty layout here at Winton Raceway.
Yeah, Jolly's car is state-of-the-art in regards to sports sedan racing in Australia at the moment, and that car looking excellent on the racetrack. It really sits down well, just squats through those corners, but Pillikers in there in the 74 Nissan Bluebird pressurising Jolly around those bends, and that's obviously where that turbocharged 4-cylinder Bluebird is going to have an advantage, Phil. It's going through the corners where it's going to maintain probably a lot more speed than the heavier Commodore.
Also, look at Frank Solar working very hard there in the Cortina. Big V8. That's inside that cover you see in front of Solar as he goes up through the gearbox. But Jolly still leads. Pillikers has got tyre wear in his favour as well. As I said, the track temperature here is about 40 degrees. Oh, and he's running a little bit wide there, and he's going to lose a position because that's Frank Solar there. Our man in the Cortina slingshots past him up into second place.
Well, Solar started on the front row of the grid, and Pillikers passed him, but that boo-boo by Pillikers has allowed that Cortina to get past. Jolly still out in front, though, on that Commodore, looking good. There's Rob Smith in the background in the VS Commodore. Let's pick it up on lap 6 of 8, and it's still Jolly out in front ahead of Solar and also Pillikers.
Well, Jolly's had this race pretty well to himself since turn 1, but he hasn't been able to get away. Solar's been doing very well. As you said, this is the state-of-the-art Commodore sports sedan. That Cortina behind him, Frank Solar, probably getting in the order of 20 years old now since we've seen Cortinas on the streets. So it's a great effort by Solar to keep the newer car of Jolly inside.
Certainly aerodynamically, Phil, the Commodore is going to have a huge advantage over the Cortina, even if suspension-wise, etc., they were about the same. There's Randall on screen. He's come right up through the field, Dean Randall. There's Barry Bray as well in that Nissan Gazelle, the road print Nissan Gazelle. And we're back inside Solar's car. He is working hard inside that Cortina, trying to push it around this racetrack.
Well, it's basically a matter of trying to keep the car straight, point it at the next corner, and go up through the gears. You've got 600 horsepower to play with, and then get it all stopped, go down through the gears again and get it turned. So it's a big job. But there's our race leader, and still he can't get away from Solar, and Pillikers hanging tough there in the little Datsun.
Interesting, the track conditions, a very hot day at Winton Motor Raceway here, and Solar goes down the inside and passes Jolly. Fantastic move there. Jolly now looking around to go back around it with that Holden V8.
And look how dusty it is. He was forced off the line there on Shell Straight. Jolly goes up the inside of turn number 1 and takes back the lead, lap 7 of 8. So if Solar is going to mount that challenge once again, he's definitely got a lap and a half to do it in. And look, the battle for third between Randall and Pillikers continues to rage. In fact, Randall looking the outside of Solar as they headed up towards the Ford Credit Sweep, and no way around there for one car sometimes, let alone two.
Well, Randall started way back in 16th spot on the grid, so a fantastic effort to be up there challenging. He's in third, challenging for second, and then ultimately, I suppose, he's starting to run out of laps, but he would like to challenge Jolly for the lead. The Swedish Prestige Saab there on screen. And a fantastic job, well presented motor car. But there's Jolly out in front, just starts to streak away. Solar, a little bit of panel damage on the Ford Cortina, and we're back inside with him, and he is still working very, very hard. Solar trying to keep Randall away from him.
He's got a real battle on his hands now because the Saab is trying to go around the outside and makes it. There it goes, the Saab 900 with this enormous Chev engine. This is no 2.3 litre front-wheel drive turbocharged Saab, folks. This is the V8 real thing. And Mike Emery ran this car very successfully in Sport Sedan racing over the last few seasons.
Oh, and Solar and Bray have gone around. There's been an accident there. Pillikers has hit Bray. Something else has happened. So we have got major damage on the racetrack, and Jolly has gone off. There's Solar. Pillikers' car, the 74 car, looks in all sorts of bother. Bray was sitting there as well. Jolly, though, at the moment, streaking away with the race now that Solar and Pillikers are gone, and we are on our final lap here around the tight, twisty turns of Winton Motor Raceway.
Well, that shows you how dusty the track is. Those two cars spinning in unison, a bit like watching Mick Doohan some years ago in the 500s. There's Dean Randall in the Saab 900. He is now up onto the podium.
He's won 40 grand. I mean, he's groomed. Look at the body on it. Look at the figure. Look at the legs. You see legs like that? You go a long way to see a good pair of legs like that.
It's been unkindly said that he thinks equines are equal and that women take a poor third place.
There's Solar getting out of the car right at this very moment, but it's all Bob Jolly now. All Bob Jolly on screen there, the Flymo car. Should have a solid win here, Phil.
Well, he's been driving very carefully. Obviously, he's recognised the fact that the track gets very dusty here at Benalla when it's warm. It's very hot today. Oh, well, there's some damage Barry Bray's got going again. For car number 36, looks like it's been through a war.
Bessa, what have you done? Bob Jolly's jolly, though. He's a happy camper. He is out in front still. Just goes around Pillikers there. And Randall right on his tail before they had to slow for that stranded motor car. But Bob Jolly looks as though he is going to have an easy win here. First up in the over 2 litre Sport Sedan scratch race at Winton Motor Raceway. And what a great way to start 1998.
Last run through the Motorsport News S's. Here comes Jolly, takes the checkered flag. How many Sport Sedan races has he won? Jolly wins from Dean Randall, from Rob Smith third in the Commodore, and then Hume. Fantastic result there for Bob Jolly, and another win for the Commodore.
The over 2 litre Sport Sedan's our winner, Bob Jolly, for he's a jolly good fellow. Happy win there.
Thank you very much. That was good fun.
You dominated yesterday, came out, repeated it today. Bit of a tight race, though.
Yeah, it was a little. I had a couple of little hiccups. The deflating rear tyre, which just slowed off a little bit.
Well, we're going to a break, and when we come back,